Hi, how y'all doing? It is Tuesday, the 21st, 2023. Yeah, a lot of repeating numbers. So, how y'all doing? You doing well? I hope so. I hope you're all happy and you're doing well. The Schumann resonance today, I believe, was at 12. Not very high at all. So, yeah. Skies here in Ontario, Canada were cloudy this morning. Then they turned blue. And then there was line clouds that turns into mare's tails. It's an old farmer thing, right? How we tell the weather is the clouds will go into lines like that, wispy, right? And that's how you tell the rain's coming. It look like a horse running through the field and the tail flaring, right? So a mare's tail. So we had something like that, not quite. They were different, and they just popped out of the blue sky in the middle of nowhere, just straight line, and then it fans out on both sides, right? Like a fern. I thought that was interesting. And I seen two, I'm not sure, airships pretty much back to back within 2 minutes of each other. I was sitting in a parking lot, I had to do my driving thing today, right? Drive Buddy around. And I was sitting in the parking lot waiting for him, looking up at the sky and looking at these clouds. So all of a sudden I seen what could be, I'm not saying it was, but some kind of jet way, 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 way up there. Could have been an airship cloaked as a jet. I seen two little white trails behind it, but they weren't contrails. They were more like exhaust, right? And I thought, they're both flying in the same direction, east to west, right? Just like 2 minutes behind. One goes, and then 2 minutes later, another one. I thought that was different. I was like, I wonder where they're going. They were really high up there, so they could have been an airship just cloaked, right? Maybe. I was thinking about that too. Those UFO, those air balloons or whatever, not air balloons. I apologize. My head's a little bit foggy for some reason. It must be the energy of the new moon, maybe, and the low Schumann. So, I apologize. At least you get to see me a little bit foggy. Okay, back to what I was saying. What was I saying? Okay, yeah. What did they call them? Weather balloons. That's what it was. Weather balloons. Right? Well, there wasn't just one or two. There was several. Like, in different countries, too. Across the pond. Or the ocean, whatever. Right? But they only made a big deal out of the ones here in America. Okay? So they shot them down. Right? That's what they said. They shot them down. Okay? Alright. Don't you think it's strange that they didn't make a big to-do about it? Like footage and everything like this? With the United States, when they do stuff like that, they like to brag. They're a bunch of braggarts, right? There's no video footage or anything. Like to show how powerful and how strong they are, mighty, you know what I mean? Right? So who says they shot anything down? That could have just been a stunt, right? Do you know what I mean? And if they got their ass kicked by a UFO, they wouldn't be coming back and saying, yeah, we couldn't do anything. Because so far, if you think about it, all the UFO footage with all the America's military and naval and all that, right? You never see them shoot anything down. The airships, the UFOs are too fast. They zigzag, The weapons of the stuff that people have doesn't phase on them at all. So how could they do that if they were UFOs? How could they do that? They didn't do it, did they? No. It's just a play, another show. That's what I've thought about it anyway, right? Nothing's come out about it. So, yeah. Just a little bit of, bullshit here. Look at that bullshit, right? Kind of thing. That's what I'm thinking about it anyway. So, yeah. And then I was sitting here today and I was watching some YouTubers melanated men, right? Black, brown, whatever you want to call them. Melanated. We're talking about, they were in the United States, and they're talking about, like, they're awake and they know what's going on. We're in a spiritual war. They know their country, what the country is doing, and all this stuff. They've gone way back into history and all this, right? And then, well, a young guy says, well, is there going to be a race war? I was like, a race war? Like, is black against whites in the United States? And the other man was like, no, it's not going to come to that. Other things are going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, my young, the N-word, right? I was taught never to say it. My great aunt always said, if anybody ever calls you one, slap them across the face as hard as you can, which I have, or in my young 20s, right? So yeah. But anyway, so they were saying that the younger people are like, yeah, it's all Whitey's fault. If we get rid of Whitey, then the world would be a better place. Our country will be a better place. And then it hit me, right? Because through my ancestors, it was the females that were melanated, dark, black, brown, whatever, and they all married white men. Because the story I was told was the black men that were the husbands were no good. They were, what's the word? They couldn't be loyal, let's put it that way. They were carousing too much and not being very good fathers, right? So my ancestors divorced them and fell in love with white men and married them. That's why I'm not black and I'm not white. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, beige or something? I have no idea what color I am. I have to go to the paint store and look it up on a palette. Right? So yeah. And I'm the darkest one out of my siblings. I was the firstborn. Everybody, yeah, it's different. But, so, a race war. I was thinking, if there was a race war that broke out, I'm doomed. I'm doomed, right? Because my whole life, I've never fit in. The black people don't accept me, and the white people don't accept me. I'm too creamy colored to be white, and I'm too creamy colored to be black. So I guess I get it from both sides, right? Do you know what I mean? It kind of hurts in a way, because I listen to all these, I understand people's troubles, turmoils in life, right? Like with the slavery and all that. I was taught about that with my ancestors, but slavery wasn't a thing. It was subterfuge. It was about something else, okay? You'd have to go back and learn real history, which I am learning more of all the time with the Gullah Wars and the Seminole Wars and stuff like that, right? So, yeah, I don't get it. There's no place for me. I don't fit in with the blacks. I don't fit in with the whites. What do you do? What do you do? Pretend you're an Indian? A native? I don't like pretending. I like to be real. Right? So, yeah, in case any of this shit goes down, here's just a video to confirm that if anything like a race war ever breaks out and I get whacked, well, it's on you, because you don't know if I'm black or white, right? So how can you be racist? That's how I always felt growing up. How can I be racist? People say, are you racist? I was like, who am I going to be racist against? Right? I don't know. No, I'm not racist. I think everybody's beautiful, and yeah, no matter what color they are. We're all different, though. Like the way the people in the United States, the stuff they learned in school, everything, the movies that they watched, all different than what we've seen, what we grew up here in Canada with, right? It is, like, it's quite the difference. Really, really difference. Like, yeah. It is. It's a good way to divide and separate. Separate and conquer, divide and conquer. Make people believe what you want them to believe, or think what you want them to think, I suppose. But yeah, I think I got off a track there and I lost my go-to, or my point. So one more thing, okay? I did a little bit of research today about the patent for the sun simulator on DuckDuckGo, and I found a few. So the sun, it's not real. It's a simulator. Look it up. Look it up. Look up patents for weather, whatever. Think of it. Think of something and look it up. Tell me, let me know what you find that you didn't think would be patented. Because it probably is, since we're in a realm. I think it's like a great big computer game. I do. That's what it seems like to be to me. The energy's really working really hard on me, to get me dark, to try to bring me down and to lower vibrations, to get me dark. It's working on my daughter, Samantha, too. But, yeah, as long as we're aware of it, it's not going to happen. Right? Yeah. Just got to control your emotions and know, is this my thought? Nah, that ain't my thought. When you doubt yourself, when in doubt, push it out. It's not mine. Right? So, okay. That's enough of that. I hope I didn't drive you crazy with this video. I love you all to consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Bye.